In this tutorial, we will cover how to add and edit a framework into Review Talent Feedback System. The first step to do is add a framework. Now, this is handy in case you want to use a different rubric for another group of teachers, or create a rubric for a special development task, or even for students if you would like to add them into Review Talent Feedback System. So we will call this Demo Town Rubric and click on Create Framework. And you'll notice that it says it is incomplete framework here. As a note, Review Talent Feedback System is built for frameworks that are multidimensional. That means they have different domains with indicators, and within that indicator, different attributes. If you'd like a single dimension domain where you holistically score across a number of indicators, or just at the indicator level, we can provide customized development for your district or state. Then, when you click on the Demo Town rubric, you can then add a domain. So if this domain, if we say we were working on a tutoring domain for our framework, we could call this, first one, teaching content. And you can add a description here, which will show up. Successful tutors apply content knowledge to teaching. And we'll mark this as domain 1. Now, it's very important to use only lowercase and no spaces in your domain positioning, as this goes right into the database. Then you can hit save. And if you want to add on another domain, you can add on another domain. But you could also change the name by clicking here. When you click on teaching content, you can then add in an indicator. And I don't have a tutoring framework. I'm just showing this as a description. So content knowledge has necessary knowledge. And then you can give that position an indicator 1 spot. Then you can add in another. Then when you click on this, you can then go in here, add your attributes. And you can have as many attributes as you want based on the scale that you've chosen. And in this one, we have a scale of below standard, developing, proficient, and exemplary. So you can go through and add those names. So for example, if we put down topic knowledge, granted, your frameworks would be more robust, and I would have them ready ahead of time before you put them in this way. And then you could just describe your attributes. The key that I like to do is to start at proficient. What would an effective example of this attribute be? And then you go in and you define that. And then you can talk about what it would be, what somebody who's exemplary in that attribute, someone who's developing, and then finally below standard. That way you're setting your benchmark from the get-go. So for now, I'm just going to put A, B, C, and D in terms of the tutorial. But once you type in your attributes, you can then hit save. Please assign the markers for all scales. So we'll put NA here. A, B, C, D. And you'll notice there, because I left the not applicable blank, that it didn't come through. And then I can hit save. And I now have another, I have an indicator there, and if you click on this menu, you'll see my attributes. I can add attributes, I can add additional indicators, and then I can go back and add on more domains. So right now I only have one domain and one indicator, but this rubric works. So I can then be done and then hit that. And you'll now see the Demo Town rubric right here. And that could be assigned to specific people based on their position. So if you wanted to have someone do, say for other, do the Demo Town rubric, and you can assign people the other category for positions. Because these could be volunteer tutors or gear up tutors that you use. And just now anybody with that position will be given this framework.